Good afternoon, sir.
Come on.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
Come
afternoon,
on.
sir.
Take your seat. Introduce yourself.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Soumya Swagatika Swain. I am 24 years old. I am from Bhubaneswar, city of Khurda district. I did my schooling in BJM School, Bhubaneswar, and I did my graduation in agriculture from College of Agriculture, OUAT, Bhubaneswar. My hobbies include reading English novels and writing English poetry. This is my first attempt and my first interview.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Soumya
Yes, sir.
Swagatika Swain.
Yes, sir.
Soumya Swagatika Swain. Very good. So you are a graduate recently from OUT.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in plant breeding,
Yes, sir.
we have been reading plant breeding since many 40 years. We are all students 40 years back in OUT.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Plant breeding is there any scope to increase the production?
Yes,
If it is so, then give some examples.
Yes,
By
sir.
this breeding of these two species, we have enhanced the, for example.
So right now we are focusing on climate resilient agriculture. So breeding has a lot of scope in climate resilient agriculture because we need to breed crops which can be tolerant to biotic as well as abiotic stresses. So that would be one of the fields in which we can explore plant breeding. Apart from that, we are also looking towards disease resistance. So wild varieties are being used to breed into new varieties for disease and pest resistance, because with changes in the climate we are having a lot of new diseases and pests that are coming up, and we are also getting tolerant to the old diseases and pests. So unconventional methods of breeding need to come up. Apart from that, we are also exploring various parts of the genetic engineering, that is a novel breeding. So these are all the places where we can explore breeding even more.
What is parthenocarpy?
Sorry, sir.
Parthenocarpy, have you heard this?
So, yes, sir. Parthenocarpy is where the offspring comes without the sexual reproduction or without the intermixing of the gametes of the two parents.
If it is possible,
Yes.
because you are talking about one is genetics,
Yes.
this is plant breeding, and it is other than plant breeding.
Yes.
Without in breeding, you are getting something.
Yes, sir.
So, what it is? It is a natural phenomena, or by breeding process it can be improved. So, parthenocarpy is some name of some fruits.
I'm not able to recall, sir.
You are telling that parthenocarpy is the production of something without
Yes.
the fertilizer.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So, which crop is that?
So usually fruit crops.
Which fruit? Mango certainly not, panaso certainly not, then baigana certainly not, poida certainly not. The parthenocarpy is the fertilization without getting something without fertilizer.
Yes, sir.
Very common fruit is there. Every market is there available.
Mango.
No, mango is. Maybe it is banana, if I am correct.
Banana. Yes, sir.
Parthenocarpy.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Right.
So, what are the other method of production? The sexual production. What are the other means of production?
So apomixis is being used now. Apomictic method of production is being used, and then breeding through sexual reproduction is very common. That is being commonly used.
And what are the other methods?
So apomixis, and as you said, parthenocarpy is being apomixis. Apomixis is being used. Then parthenocarpy is being used.
Parthenocarpy is not used. That is a natural phenomenon.
Okay.
Then sexual production to
Yes, sir.
ये जो आपनकर लेयरिंग कि मान ग्राफ्टिंग समथिंग
Yes, sir.
सेथरे काहे के हमर बढ़ू नाही व्हाई थिंग्स आर नॉट गेटिंग इंप्रूव्ड हम बिहार देखो जे पर टेक्निक इज नो
Yes,
बट सच क्रॉप्स आर नॉट गेटिंग इंक्रीज्ड व्हाट कुड बी द रीजन
So I think more research and development needs to be conducted for the sexual methods of reproduction, and maybe we are not getting the right plant materials that needs to be there for the asexual methods of reproduction for breeding in that particular sector.
Okay, tell me what is the percentage of nitrogen in air?
So 78%.
70-80%.
Yes, sir.
It is in the air.
Yes, sir.
And your major plant food is nitrogen.
Yes, sir.
How the plant gets nutrition from the air? Or
Sir,
is there-
actually nitrogen cannot be taken up by the plants directly.
Right.
So nitrogen fixation is done, in which the soil nitrates and nitrites are formed.
How?
So through biological nitrogen fixation, through other forms of nitrogen fixation, there is rhizobium, and there are other bacteria strains. They convert the nitrogen into nitrates and nitrites, and through that the plant takes up, and some amount, a little amount is also fixed through lightning and other natural phenomenon.
Very good. What is nitrogen cycle?
So nitrogen cycle is the entire cycle in which the nitrogen is converted to nitrates and nitrites in the soil, and then we also include the process of denitrification in which these nitrates and nitrites are converted back to the nitrogen and released into the air.
So nitrogen is released to the air in what form?
N2 form, nitrogen air. N2 form.
N2 form or NO3 form?
N2 forms.
NO nitrate.
Yes, sir. It is converted from N2 to nitrate and nitrate in the soil, and then in denitrification.
Ammonia, it is released.
Yes,
ammonia,
through ammonification.
NH3 or
NH3.
it is a converted, so it is a part of nitrate nitric cycle.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good, very good. Keep it up. Chalo.
Soumya,
Yes, sir.
you know that recently which organization has released upgraded dietary guidelines, guidelines for Indians to suit modern eating habits for 2024.
Sir, FAO has released a set of guidelines because we were, it was found that we are actually having two sets of problems. One is undernutrition.
FAO, I don't think it is FAO.
Sir, FAO and UNICEF had released as far as
It is Indian Council of Medical Research.
ICMR.
What is that?
ICMR, sir, Indian Council of Medical
No,
Research.
that what ICMR said about this.
I am not aware, sir. I would like to
It
go
is
back and study
research
about it.
from National Institute of Nutrition in Hyderabad, emphasizing physical activities,
Right.
regular exercise, and limitations on salt and high fat, sugar foods. The guidelines aim to combat obesity.
Right, sir.
Could you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Ecosystem of Chilika Lake
Yes, sir.
has been encountered several problems.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
So, several challenges have been seen when we are seeing the ecosystem of Chilika Lake. One is the siltation. Siltation problem is taking in which is why the depth
Why
of,
siltation is occurring?
so because so many
Rivers.
yes, sir, rivers are falling, and apart from that we have also encountered illegal drainages are being done into the Chilika river, which is why the bed level, the silt level is rising and the capacity is decreasing, which is why we are also seeing over flooding there. Apart from that, pollution around that area is also a big problem, which is being encountered when we are seeing the migratory birds coming. A lot of danger is posed against their lives when they are coming. So these are the major.
Now why it is posing a threat to the migratory birds? Why?
So because when they try to eat from the Chilika Lake, the plastic pieces get into their beaks, and the microplastic pollution which also enters into them, that is a problem that further leads to biomagnification. So these problems, when they come together, they are creating a lot of hazard for Chilika ecosystem.
Which is the species found here in Chilika, which is the attractive species?
So mostly migratory birds are there.
Then what else?
So fish,
People are attracted.
must be fish
Which are
varieties.
attracted? What is
So
that?
I do not know the exact species.
This irregularity dolphin.
Irrigated dolphin, yes sir.
Not my point.
Yes sir.
What is ecotourism?
Sir, ecotourism is where we use the natural resources, the natural beauty that we have to attract tourists. That is a beautiful form of tourism that we have come up with. In ecotourism, here we are exploring.
In forest area,
Yes sir. In forest
without
area.
harming the forest.
Without, yes sir.
That is the main thing. Na?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
am asking that, but you are not touching that particular
Yes sir.
point.
So ameliorative work in forests and natural resources.
What is Panchayati Raj system?
So Panchayati Raj system was developed in India for a system of decentralization.
Since when?
So since 1992 and 1993, 72nd and 73rd constitutional amendment.
It is,
So before that, this became constitutional from there. But if we see from Vedic time also, we had the system of decentralization.
92 constitutional amendment, what did it do?
So it
gave some economical empowerment.
yes sir.
That
Yes
means
sir.
more money will be granted to
Yes.
this particular.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes sir.
But it is from
1960.
1959.
Yes sir. In Nagaur we had
Rajasthan,
implemented. Yes sir.
Rajasthan.
Yes sir.
So tell me the structure.
So we have the central system, then we have the state, and at the end we have the, in the rural we have Panchayat Samit, it starts from the village Panchayat, then we go to the Panchayat Samiti and then the Zilla Parishad. But in urban we have ward, then we have
No, we are not. Panchayat Raj system is referring to only rural areas.
rural areas. Okay, sir.
Who is the father of this Panchayat Raj system? Who is regarded as the starter?
I'm sorry, sir, I can't recall at the moment.
Under NIAF internship program, you have visited Scots Block University.
Yes, sir.
What is that program, NIAF?
Sir,
NIAF
it
stands
was
for what?
National Agriculture Higher Education Project. This was the project under IDP NAHEP, in which students were selected to undergo an internship program at the PHREC, that is the Panhandle Research and Extension Center. It is a satellite station of University of Nebraska Lincoln. It is in Scottsbluff. We were there for 2 months and we were studying the various facets of agriculture of US agriculture.
What do you have learned there?
So the entire internship program was actually on 4 pillars, 4 main pillars. One was research. 2 research activities were being undertaken at that moment. One was for millet, that is the millet against abiotic stresses in the agricultural climate of US, and the other was pea germination. Different strains from all over the world were taken and which pea could be germinated there, that was being studied in that experiment. So that was one pillar. The second pillar was about the administration of agriculture in US, that is under the USDA department. I was my priority was in that policy making because I was interested in policy making. Apart from that, we also had another pillar of farm visits, in which we went to farms of people in the states of Nebraska, Colorado and Wyoming, and we were exposed to the machinery there.
What difference you have experienced
Yes, sir.
about this millet for abiotic stress
Sir,
between India or Odisha and USA?
sir, actually that place, it is in the plain land area, and it is called the Panhandle area, that is the western side of the state. But the problem there is very aberrant weather. One day you would be experiencing huge amount of snowfall and the next day it would be very sunny. So that is why whatever varieties we got there, we were actually exploring which were the wild varieties that could be bred together, so that we could have varieties that can stand both these extreme aberrations in temperature and climate.
Now, in which way your exposure
Yes, sir.
to USA
Yes, sir.
will be helpful for development of millets in our state?
So actually, if we try to implement, the weather conditions are very different, so that is something which cannot be implemented. But the way they are using machinery, that is something we can implement, but on a smaller level, because they have very huge land areas. The land areas are here, we have only 2 to 3 hectares of land as an average land area, but there around 250 hectares is the average land area. That is why if we can actually go for the smaller version of the machinery they are implementing, then that would be one of the helpful tools we can have for the development of millet here.
Where are you a lecturer at the moment?
No, sir.
You are not serving anywhere.
No, sir.
You are fresher.
Yes, sir.
What is your attempt? First attempt?
First attempt.
Very good. Exceedingly well.
Thank you, sir.
So Soumya
Swagatika Swain. Yes, sir.
Your flow of expression is extremely good.
Thank
Keep
you,
it up.
Thank you, sir.
Keep your target. You are perfectly okay.
Thank you, sir.
Maintain this
Go
status.
with this costume.
Sorry, sir.
You also go with this costume.
Yes, sir.
Don't be tempted to wear sari.
No, sir. I will go with salwar.
Otherwise you are all perfectly okay.
Thank you, sir.
Maintain this status quo. जहाँ आज अच्छी सेटा मेंटेन करो. बढ़िया.
गत केते वर्ष हैला जो माने प्रोग्राम रे यूएसए जाइतले समस्त प्राय ओएस जानछ न नै ओपीएससी
प्रोग्राम रे
इन हैप्पी टर्म्स प्रोग्राम रे जोटा यूएसए
आज यूएसए
You are going to use
Yes,
for
sir.
this under
Yes,
this
sir.
Right.
I was there for 2 months. Yes.
या मो नॉलेज को
Soumya Swagatika.
हैं गुड
You help from which district?
Khurda.
Khurda.
Yes, sir.
गुड
You all the best.
Thank you, sir.
ऑल द बेस्ट
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Now,
तमर किछ कहबार अछि
सर आपको फील्ड ऊपर बेसी पढ़ी भी जोड़ा
नहीं, नहीं।
current national international
Current national ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆଜି ଠୁ
scheme ବିଷୟରେ ଗୋଆ ସରକାର ଗୋଟେ ସ୍କିମ୍ କଣ
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତା current details scheme
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କଣ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଗୋଟେ କରିଛନ୍ତି ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଗାଁରେ पंचायत रे गोटे करिवे आइडियल ये
मो एक्सपीरियंस होची ए जो नायप इंटर्नशिप ऊपर अधिका क्वेश्चन आसीबो
आज्ञा
एवं जे यूएस
सो से यूएस ऊपर मो पूरा कंप्लीटली भल से
हाँ।
प्रिपेयर्ड है बिकॉज
कंप्लीटली
आप
एप्लीकेशन
करेंट नेशनल इंटरनेशनल
आगे,
खबर का पड़ी दिबो
आज्ञा सर
सेटा
डेली
कोन पडुची
आगे।
बहुत लोग प्रथम पचार जे कहि पारे
आज्ञा ठीक
खबर कागज इज मस्ट
यस सर
कंटिन्यूअसली 4-5 दिन हेडलाइन में देखियो
यस सर
करंट पॉलिटिकल न्यूज
हाउ ओल्ड आर यू
24
हाउ यंग आर यू
24
I should not have told how old are you.
24
इट्स ओके नो प्रॉब्लम
थैंक यू
है
सर
ना बढ़िया
थैंक यू सर थैंक यू सो मच
बेस्ट लव
ओके गुड
चलो